Will tech jobs come back? Won't we all like to know? I mean, AI is replacing tech jobs, entry-level tech jobs are disappearing. What are the most in-demand tech skills in 2025? Is future-proof tech jobs possible? Let's dive into this. There's this article that says why the tech job market is coming back, but not how you expect. It says, picture this. 4 out of 10 tech pros, they were tossed out from layoffs, and they couldn't claw their way back in the industry. 4 in 10. Job postings have considerably declined in this year, especially the last few months. And believe it or not, the analysts are saying it's going to be a comeback. A comeback. I'm a bit doubtful on that. A comeback in the near future, but you never know. Why everyone is wrong about the tech collapse? Everyone is wrong? Yeah. It's going to take some convincing, some actual data for a lot of us to think it's going to get better anytime soon. So here in the article it says, forget the headlines scream about the end of tech jobs. Well, we've already seen the end of tech jobs, so it's our reality. But the article is saying what no one's talking about is, wow, 30% of laid off tech workers in 2022, they're still looking for jobs. And they got laid off in 2022. Wrap your head around that. So that's pretty dismal. Yet, they're saying buried inside the chaos, there's signs of a turnaround. Okay? But make no mistake, job listings are down. Well, we've all seen in that. This year, they've had all these job report numbers that have been, job creation report numbers that have been false. Every month they come out with the jobs numbers. And every month they have to do a correction. What direction is the correction typically going? Down. If they said, oh, there's 250,000 jobs created this past month, in reality it might have been 100. That's what we're dealing with here, folks, and it's been going on for quite some time. So with everyone getting unemployed this year, getting canned, laid off, you've seen tons of that in the news. And here it's saying what's crazy is even the companies that cut American jobs, 28% of the U.S. tech leaders, they're now focused on hiring contractors overseas. Yeah. Yeah. So you know how when you're at your job or you're in an interview and they're bragging about their company and they said, we're like family here. Well, what they really mean is, we're like family here. We're just not your family. 28% of these companies, they're looking to hire guys over in India. And many jobs, if you've seen the videos, you get people on there saying they're literally training their replacements because they're going to can you in your six-figure job and they're going to hire someone over in India, Philippines, Thailand for maybe a third of the cost. Remember now, family here, just not your family. The real reason tech jobs are coming back and why it's nothing like 2021. Well, here's the twist. Despite all the doom and gloom, 2025 is set to have a surge in demand. Yeah, a surge in demand, meaning a surge of fake jobs being ghosted. That's the surge that I'm seeing. I'm sure many of you are seeing the same. The only surge is potentially, they're saying it's AI. That potentially I can see being a pickup. AI talent, that's what's sought after right now by employers in the U.S. So what the employers are looking for now, they're looking for the old quality over quantity. So it wasn't back, it isn't like what it was back in the lockdown when there was mass hirings. After a lot of people got canned and they start hiring a bunch of people back, that was just a massive effort. And remote jobs were everywhere. Most of the good times. Easy remote work. But now what they're looking for is just a few individuals. So rather than a lot, they're looking for a little. But they want these people to be specialized. They want real AI skills. 60% of tech managers aim to hire AI engineers now. And that's up from 35% in 2024. Pure coding isn't enough. Roles like API integration, data analysis, prompt engineering, those are the new gold mines. So now they're wanting a guy, it sounds like they're wanting a jack of all trades, But even worse, it's not just jack of all trades. These guys look like they want the master of all trades. And since it's not just big tech anymore, they have Wall Street. They're interested in it too, because obviously it isn't just going to be Silicon Valley that's interested in this, because AI is everywhere. AI has affected many jobs. Uh, so it's not just big tech anymore. Wall Street, financial firms, JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs. These guys they're snatching up the AI engineers. And the article says, remember the days when anyone could spell JavaScript and get a six-figure offer? Yeah, I remember that. That's more around the .com bubble bursting era, before the bubble burst. I remember back in those days, you're talking early 2000s, you get one of those certifications and instantaneously, boom, your salary is going to increase. And you get that cert, you're valuable. They're saying that's gone now. That part's true. I've seen it personally, but it's been gone for a while. That's nothing new. So step by step, how to survive and dominate the new tech market. Oh, it's true. It is a new tech market. The new tech market seems to be there are no jobs. If there is a job, we're gonna hammer you and make you feel grateful for having this low pay, overworked job. We're gonna stress the crap out of you too, no doubt about it. Because we don't want just a guy coming in to do the work of one man. No, 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 no. We're gonna dump it on you. You're gonna do the job of two or three people. No problem. Here it says, laser focus your skills. Specialization has become key. They want you to be a specialist. They want you to specialize. Get insanely good at AI, data analysis, systems integration. They said shallow skill set won't cut anymore. Yeah, okay. Specialty's fine. It's not a new thing. Show off results, not resumes. Okay. Companies are obsessed with quality. That means concrete proof of what you can build, how it works. They want some substance. I agree with that. You want some substance, but it's not as if we haven't had substance in the past. Sure, we've had plenty of bloat, especially government jobs, way too many of those. Not a bad thing to get rid of a bunch of those. That's just waste, trimming the fat. That's fine. But if you want a specialist, if you want the specialty guy, you got to pay for it. And so far right now, we've seen it. The salaries are dropping. It's like everything. It's like the economy. The inflation going on now, they want to pay you less, but they expect more. Yeah, think of that. That's horrible rationale. Yeah, hey, John, we want you to come in. We want you to do work of two men. We're going to pay you the rate of one guy, and it's not even going to be great pay for one. But we're going to dump all his responsibilities. Oh, plus you need to be a guru at everything we expect you to be a guru at. You're not going to come in and just do this one little thing. You're going to cover it all. You're going to be the master of all trades, but your pay won't reflect it. It says get cross-functional. Best jobs in demand now require versatility. Coding plus communication, design, data, finance, blah, 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 blah. Adapt to new industries. Tech's hottest jobs are moving to sectors like finance, healthcare, education. Okay. Advanced strategies for tech pros who want to win, not just survive. So this part is supposed to be the answer. This is how you separate yourself from the rest. You don't want to be a bottom feeder, some low pay tech gig worker, working temp jobs, not getting anywhere at the career. You want to be the man. So what they're saying here is master prompt engineering. AI doesn't run itself. Those who can teach AI via smart prompts, they're already pocketing premium rates. Okay. Embrace global work. If you're open to international roles or working with global teams, you'll jump ahead 90% of domestic-only job seekers. Okay, but there's a lot of variables in that in global work. And it'd be one thing if you're living in states, you work in a remote job, or work with global teams. I've done that. That's no different than working with a bunch of guys in a cubicle. But expecting you to go move to another country, upend your life, that's asking a lot more. And I'm sure the pay is not going to reflect it. At least probably not to the level you want it to be. That's a huge game changer in life. Dive into heavily regulated industries. Financial healthcare, they're all hungry for tech, but the rules are tough. If you can talk compliance, privacy, and security, you'll be unstoppable. All right. They really think that all people do is wake up every day in life and go, what can I do for my employer today? Yeah, I don't worry about family and raising kids and having a life outside of the work. No, 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 no. You want to live to work. That's the model they want you to hold. They want you to have that ideology. That's it. They want you to live by it. Live and die by that. Live to work. Because everything's about the job. They want to do all these things, pay you little for it, and then when you become useless, kick you to the curb. That's how it's always been. It's just getting worse now, the way they're treating us. Learn the tools that build for future. API integration, data wrangling, automated assistance. Most job seekers ignore these. They need to become the exception. Okay, so these are supposed to be some of the answers on how you're going to adapt to the major changes in the tech industry. They make some decent points here. Yeah, they got to have a little dose of reality that where are you at in your career? Are you 22 starting off? Okay, the world's your oyster. You got time. If you haven't started a family already, that perspective and that position is exponentially different than a guy who's 45 plus years old, been in the industry for a few decades, solidified, he built he has a community in his local hometown area, he's dug in, roots. And taking on new tech is one thing. It's par for the course in the tech industry. Look, pick up any skill here and there. Not a big deal. Tech guys have always done that. Yet the way this is talking, it really is expecting you to just throw everything out the window and restart the game. Easier said than done for a lot of people. Keeping old minds important. Doing what you can to adapt, great. Yet these guys are in this article, they're making good points, but you got to get realistic. They got to apply reality to their tips. The next era, tech jobs outside Silicon Valley. Here's what nobody expects. It's not just the classic software companies hiring in 2025. Financial giants, healthcare titans, and education platforms are competing fiercely for the top talent. AI. Yeah. They really think that all people do is wake up every day in life and go, what can I do for my employer today? Yeah, I don't worry about family and raising kids and having a life outside of the work. No, 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 no. You want to live to work. That's the model they want you to hold. They want you to have that ideology. That's it. They want you to live by it. Live and die by that. Live to work. Because everything's about the job. They want to do all these things, pay you little for it, and then when you become useless, kick you to the curb. That's how it's always been. It's just getting worse now, the way they're treating us. Learn the tools that build for future. API integration, data wrangling, automated assistance. Most job seekers ignore these. They need to become the exception. Okay, so these are supposed to be some of the answers on how you're going to adapt to the major changes in the tech industry. They make some decent points here. Yeah, they got to have a little dose of reality that where are you at in your career? Are you 22 starting off? Okay, the world's your oyster. You got time. If you haven't started a family already, that perspective and that position is exponentially different than a guy who's 45 plus years old, been in the industry for a few decades, solidified, he built he has a community in his local hometown area, he's dug in, roots. And taking on new tech is one thing. It's par for the course in the tech industry. Look, pick up any skill here and there. Not a big deal. Tech guys have always done that. Yet the way this is talking, it really is expecting you to just throw everything out the window and restart the game. Easier said than done for a lot of people. Keeping old minds important. Doing what you can to adapt, great. Yet these guys are in this article, they're making good points, but you got to get realistic. They got to apply reality to their tips. The next era, tech jobs outside Silicon Valley. Here's what nobody expects. It's not just the classic software companies hiring in 2025. Financial giants, healthcare titans, and education platforms are competing fiercely for the top talent. AI. Yeah. But the Bureau of Labor Statistics, so BLS is saying that software development, data science, systems analysis, those jobs will all grow 20 to 30% by 2030. So they're saying the next 5 years. Really, it's more like 4 years now, since hard to believe that most of 2025 is up. So they're saying this kind of growth in those categories, that's 10 times the national average. So they're trying to give you that warm and fuzzy thing. Oh, there's going to be some job security here in these sectors. So we have stopped waiting for the normal. Here's the new playbook for 2025 and beyond. Yeah. Well, we all know normal's dead. What's worked for decades, that playbook is gone. That thing's been burnt. Ain't happening anymore like that. So now apparently it's a new playbook. Unemployment's increasing. It just went up from 4.2% to 4.3%. And although I did a video on that, and when I did the video on that, they were saying it's 4.2%. It's much more than that. All of us know that. You just go live your everyday life and those around you. How many of you are unemployed? What do things cost? If you're unemployed, how long have you been unemployed? How many people do you know that are unemployed? What you're experiencing in reality, it's far worse than what they say. Because what they say is 4.3% now, that's not bad for unemployment, but it's much worse than that. I got a video on that you can check out, and I dive deep into it. Job creation quarter of 2025 dropped from an average of 250,000 a month in 2023 to 165,000. That's horrible. But on top of that, we've all seen every month the jobs report. Every month, the correction. Now, is the correction ever going up? No, it's going down. So they say, oh, we had 220,000 jobs created last month. And then a little bit later, correction. We only had 110,000 jobs created. And it's happening every month like clockwork. On top of that, what are these jobs? Are these jobs some great high-paying jobs? No, they're not all career high-paying jobs. Many of them are the service industry. Low pay, flipping burgers, slinging coffee. That's not going to cut it. They say classic sectors like retail and manufacturing, logistics, they're flattening. Tech is morphing, but it's alive. Okay, well, that's morphing all right. AI. It's been an atomic bomb dropped in the industry. It's affecting everything. Sure, it's morphing. But at the moment, the bomb just dropped, so everything in the vicinity is dead. It's not alive. It's dead. We're living that right now. It's dead. There's not a bunch of jobs out there. Right now, there are more people looking for jobs than there are available jobs. So do the math. The math ain't mathing what they're saying here. So, as they say, yet for those willing to unlearn, upskill, and leap into the unknown, which is AI, cross-functional skills, international work, that's the biggest opportunity in a decade. All right. People ask, tech jobs, 2025. Will tech jobs come back in 2025? They say the answer is yes. In fact, the latest data points to a slow but powerful recovery. Are salaries for tech jobs increasing, decreasing? Their answer is after 12% dip, the average salaries, they're stabilizing. High demand roles in AI and data are commanding significant premiums, while generic engineering roles have stagnated. Okay, so here we go again. They don't want the generic general guy, they want the specialist. All right, well, we're going to see if that pans out. But it sounds like so far, it's just AI. Question, what skills guarantee tech job security now? They say AI development, okay, prompt engineering, all right, data wrangling analytics, API integration, working knowledge of regulated industries, finance, healthcare, global remote project management, okay? What are the new tech jobs in Silicon Valley? Finance, Wall Street, healthcare, education, mid-sized tech companies spreading into international markets. Okay. Power moves, quick wins to get ahead. All right. A quick move. It's like anything in sales, man. It's always a quick, like these three easy steps. Yeah. Right. Okay, let's just see what they have to say. Complete an AI mini project. Document it and showcase your process and public results. Okay, on paper that sounds fine. That concept's nothing new. There's applying to AI now, but in this day and age, you don't even talk to humans to get a job. There's no going into the office, talking to the receptions at the front desk, dropping off a resume, maybe speaking to a manager, building up a little bit of rapport with them. They can see how you interact with people, your social skills. They're acting like you can just bring this whole AI mini project into an on and say, hey, Mr. Smith, here's my AI project. Want to check it out? You know what they do now. If they even acknowledge your existence when you walk in the door, usually they're going to say, apply online. They just want that wall. They don't want any human interaction anymore. So, yeah, in theory, maybe this would work. Reach out to recruiters in finance, healthcare, and education. Yeah, reach out to recruiters. I'm sure many of you out there have dealt with recruiters. I know I have. And it's become common practice nowadays. They ghost you. So reach out to these recruiters. You're going to be lucky if they even respond. They're like salesmen at car dealerships. They're your best friend when you're about ready to sign the dotted line for that new car. Man, the moment you do, those crickets ghost on. I mean, this article makes some good points, but they have to insert um, some rationale here on reality. Apply our daily lives to their tips. Is this really going to work? Can you provide some examples on how you're going to complete an AI mini project and drop it off at the desk at an office? Tech comeback starts with you. This is what it adds up to. Tech jobs are coming back in 2025, but they'll never be the same. They're not going to look the same. They're going to be different now. Sure. It says you can cling to the past or you can write yourself into the next era. One defined by AI. Yeah, no surprise there. That people who move fast, focus on next level skills, and adapt to new industries are going to win and win big. Yay! That sounds good on paper. This is like a coach that's just feeding you platitudes. Okay. All right, so that's it with the article. They made some good points. You get the gist. I always look at it as this: no matter who's saying what, apply your experience, what's going on in the world, apply it to that wisdom, what they're trying to tell you. Does it really translate? It's like listening to a politician. We just had the elections, and you hear them go yap. But what are they saying? Are they filling you with a bunch of talking points, or do they dig in? Did they give you some meat and potatoes, some details, or are they superficial? You got to get past the superficial layer. It's not going to get you where in life. You got to go with your gut and go with what really works by taking what you think is going to work, applying it in the real world, and analyzing the results. Build experience, obtain some wisdom. I want to know what you guys experienced out there, especially if you're in the tech industry. Have you been unemployed this year? Have you been unemployed for the past year? Tell me your story. What are you seeing out there? You dealing with recruiters? Are you getting ghosted? Are you finding scams, fake jobs? Are you working with AI right now? How has that helped you? Have you learned it? Is it finding you new employment? Is all this stuff going on? I want to hear from you guys. Enjoy my content. I appreciate if you'd share, like, subscribe. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys in the next round.